Hello everybody, it's hobbitsizz, and welcome to another lore video. So in today's video, you know how it's been like 3 days since the expansion came out, and everyone really highlighted on playing one champion, and that champion is IRELIA, and everyone really hates IRELIA right now. I would like to explain, I don't hate her. I think it's really cool people are playing something that's not Thresh Gnosis. That just makes me happy. But there is a lot of IRELIA. So today, I'm going to be playing a deck that beats IRELIA. And that's our good friend, the bane of everyone while it's popular, Fiora. Standalone Fiora. And I'm going to be playing it in SHURIMA instead of Freljord. I made a deck about this previously in the first time SHURIMA came out on the SHURIMA Fiora list, because I still think this is a very good region for her. So let's run through the deck. So first of all, you know, it's very important to draw your Fiora. So 2 Rites of Callings and 3 Ancient Preps. Ancient Prep is basically like even a better draw, actually, if you're looking specifically for Fiora. And Rite of Calling, obviously, to just draw Fiora. Chain Vest. Very important card. Very good against Irelia. Scrying Sands, cheap combat trick. Gives your opponent -2 attack. Really helpful, because Fiora only has 2 health now, so preserving her health even more. An Hourglass for safety, Preservarium for card draw, Sharp Sight, single combat, of course. 2 of Soothsayer. Soothsayer to give Fiora a spell shield, which is very nice and something that this region could not do beforehand. Obviously Fiora, a couple Quicksands, some rally effects, riposte, rights, standalones, concerted strike, and my new favorite card for this archetype, Chrono Shift. So previously, this deck runs Unyielding Spirit, which is 8 mana fast speed, and that says Fiora, or the unit you play this on, cannot be killed. Chrono Shift is specific to champions, but it is burst speed, and says the next time I die this round, fully heal me, and grant me +3/+3. It's really nice, and it doesn't get rid of Fiora's. Since they're not technically, like, dying, it's not like bringing the champion back, her kill counter doesn't go away, so Fiora will still be leveled up, which is very important to know, in that Fiora, with this card, will get much bigger, but also it's burst speed, 7 mana, so it really good against things like Vengeance, things that go to kill her instantly. You can go, boom, full health Fiora, and still go through with whatever attack she was going through. Very helpful card. I do like it better than Unyielding Spirit because, cheaper mana is always good, right? It allows you more mana for other combat tricks in conjunction with it. And 2, since it's burst speed, it can't be stopped. One of the biggest problems with Unyielding Spirit, especially when playing into Ionia decks and SHURIMA decks, was that could just get negated, and that was 8 mana that just went completely to waste. But now at Chrono Shift, they can't stop it. So they have to do a lot more tricksy things to stop this attack from going through if you have Chrono Shift. And now I'm going to go over some of the ratioing for things. So ratioing is really important, especially in decks like Fiora, because you don't just want to slam a bunch of 3-ofs. So you notice I have a lot of 2-ofs, some 1-ofs, things like that. So I'll go over some ratioing real quick. So we got 2 of Rite of Calling. This is because there's not a whole lot of units to kill besides Fiora, and most of the time we don't want to destroy our mana gems unless we absolutely need to. So this is why it's a 2-of, because we still need Fiora, but we don't need her that bad. And late game, this is actually more helpful because it can get you Fiora's signature spell. Ancient Prep is a 3-of, just really helps you find Fiora in the early game. Super good. Really helps you find cards that you need immediately. I really like predicting this deck. A 2-of Chain Vest. Now, this deck is really good against Irelia, right? Because it has a ton of little 1-attack units, and if you have Chain Vest on Fiora, she doesn't take any damage, kills everything, and just wins the game. Chain Vest is a 2-of, because if a card is to be a 2-of, it's something that you would hate to double draw. And that's kind of the deal with Chain Vest. If you draw 1 Chain Vest, that's all you need. You rarely will need 2 Chain Vests. And if you do, it's because Fiora died, in which case you probably messed up something else beforehand. So that's kind of a golden rule, I feel like, with 2-of cards, is if the card is a 2-of, it's okay, how bad would this be to double draw it? And if the answer is, I don't want to double draw it, then it's not a 3-of, because you're very likely to draw a 3-of. Like, I don't mind drawing 3 Scrying Sands, 3 Ancient Preps, 3 Preservariums, like, those are all fine, but drawing 2 Chain Vests, not great. And then you have 1-ofs. 1-ofs are generally cards that are good in they're good in the deck, they have synergy with the deck, but they're only good situationally. Like Ancient Hourglass isn't something that I can just throw down, right? Like that's a very specific situation where it's actually useful. And so if you look at like Preservarium, again, general rule for 3 and 2 ofs. Soothsayer follows similar model. I would consider making Soothsayer a 1 of, not because her effect is something like, oh, she's situational, but more so because standalone is a really, really big component of this deck, and if we have another unit on the board, it makes standalone super, super difficult. So it's a little awkward to play Soothsayer around the standalone condition. But yeah, so like I was saying, like Relentless Pursuit, the reason why this is a 1 of and why we have 2 Golden Aegis is because Golden Aegis is slightly more useful because of the barrier, but we have a 1 of Relentless Pursuit because situationally, 3 mana is going to be much more helpful than having a 4 mana card. And then same thing with Chrono Shift. Chrono Shift, most of the time we have a lot of other tools in our kit that we don't need to use Chrono Shift at being 7 mana, but sometimes Chrono Shift will just win us the game. So there's the ratioing. Like I said, we do really well against Irelia decks, so let's hope we play against some of those. Okay, so we are against an Irelia Azir deck. That's great. Works out well for us. We have the Fiora. I really love to see a Chain Vest now. I really like this hand too. This is solid. So we have Fiora turn 3. So let's see. So let's Rite of Calling doesn't really matter anymore, but let's think about this for a second. Okay, so if we have Fiora on turn 3, so we'll have 3 extra mana. We play Fiora turn 3, which is going to be his attack turn. And then on turn 4, we'll have enough. We'll have 1 extra mana, so we can Ancient Prep right into Quicksand. Oh no, because then I can't stand alone because I don't have enough for stand alone. Whoopsie. All right, small mistake there. That's okay. This will end up dying from something, I'm sure. I'll block this thing or something. Whoops. Yeah, I can. Yeah, that's fine. I'll block the Sparring Student when he attacks. Now kill off the Ancient Prep unit. Almost messed that up there. But we do have enough mana. Okay. So he's actually kind of locked out of attacking here. Nope, he's doing it anyway. I was gonna say he's locked out of attacking because Fiora just does that. We need this unit to die. But the reason why I was saying he's locked out because now Fiora has +1 and I have standalone. And he can't homecoming me. So we standalone. We Soothsayer. And I feel like I'm calling it a little early, but we did pretty much win here. This deck has no spells which interact with me, except for usually the one-off of Homecoming. Maybe you'll have, like, some... I don't even know what other combat trick it would have. Maybe like a Quicksand, but probably not. This deck doesn't really care about that. Sure. I'll stop this just for more damage. And now you're just feeding my Fiora more. Like, you used all your mana. Too easy. Yeah, this person doesn't know how to play around it. Like, exactly. They have no idea how to play around this, right? Their entire strategy is just, I hit face. It's just I summon lots of things and keep hitting face. And that doesn't work now. I have plenty of tricks in my hand. I have like an extra 4 health for my Fiora basically in hand. He can attack.
You said we'd dance together again someday. How could we have known it was...
I just get to wait.
A line around me.
As soon as he attacks though, he has a day off. Right? Now I go like this and I win. And that's how easy it is to beat Azir decks with Fiora. So if you want to counter it, just play this. Okay, so we are against another Irelia Azir deck. So let's see if we can take this one out as well. Love this seeing the Fiora, love seeing the standalone. Golden Aegis I can do without. I'll actually keep the Ancient Prep to try and get me card my choice. Scrying Sands is not bad either. So, oh, I mean, this is the same combo we got, right? This is in the first game.
What do you call that?
This is a great combo, and I can do the exact same thing. Single combat is gonna be really nice to stop recalls.
And punch.
Single combat. I'll do nothing here. He's gonna day us. That's fine. This is his attack now. I have a 2/2, which he will kill against the sparring student. Fiora with the chain vest. Fiora with the chain vest is good. That's some good stuff right there. That's solid. I might just have to go with that first.
Do not see what is, see what will be.
Why are you still attacking?
Sharp blade, sharp mind.
Is this the same person that I played last game? Did I just get matched up with them again? I swear, this is the exact same. Literally, this is a different game. I will say, this is a different game, but I swear this is like basically exactly what happened. Like card for card. Alright. This is fine. I think I actually like the... Oh, I have to stand alone, right? You can recall Azir. I don't have mana for standalone. I guess I don't need to really recall Azir. I suppose killing Sparring Student is actually better. If he has a recall, I want the single combat to kill a recall. I mean, I feel like that kind of just speaks volumes, right? Like,
As I expected.
as I expected. That's it. Alright, so we are against a Talia Malphite deck. So, Talia Malphite, I've played this deck a fair amount, and it is very, very mid-range heavy. We can keep both of these. And because it's so mid-range heavy, I will say that the odds of them having something to kill Fiora is a lot easier to play around than, like, say, Targon removal decks, or like Targon Piltover. Let's start with a Ancient Prep to try to find Fiora. We found Fiora. Sweet. If we had a standalone, that'd be great. But we do not, so we'll just Fiora. Alright, nothing. Works for me. Now, like I said, since they have very little removal, I do feel pretty comfortable playing Fiora here.
They would fall.
If there's definitely options for them to kill Fiora if I were to enter combat, like they run Shapestone and run Hush. And they have Chip. And I don't really want to mess with Chip because he can like burst speed, make Chip big. Yeah, he can do exactly this. This exact play was what I was worried about, right? If he burst speed, makes Chip a 3/3, and I can't, like, Fiora then just dies. Well, I have Sharp Sight, but if he then has a Shapestone, Fiora just dies. So, did not want to sack Fiora into that. We didn't have all the options to save Fiora there. We need to wait for a little bit more. Scrying Sand is nice. I feel a little more comfortable with this. Okay. So he's using Salt Spire. I'm actually just going to Rite of Calling. Do I want to Rite of Calling? So I could save my mana, right? He's definitely not going to attack. 3/1. Like, he has no mana for other tricks. Attacking would be very silly on his part. But I could use this as an opportunity to say, alright, I could have 7 mana for next turn. And I could Rite of Calling to guarantee... So at 7 mana, I would have Riposte. Yeah, I think I do like that. We'll do this. We are a mana gem behind, but I like having 2 Ripostes in hand. He wasn't going to attack anyway, so I'm not like wasting anything by doing that. I'll just pass. He'll most likely pass back. That's fine. I'm just waiting till I have more mana available for like double Riposte or like Concert it into something else. Concerted is actually a pretty safe play here. There's not much you can do about it, Concerted. But I could like attack Chip and go for like a Scrying Sands. Okay, so a Talia. Alright.
The horizon falls.
That is perfectly fine. So I am going to do... so we got 7 mana, right? So I can... And he has no mana left. So I can go something like this. Sharp Sight. We can grab the chip. Kill Chip. And then I can Concerted Strike and kill Fiora. Or kill Talia. So him tapping under does allow me to get 2 bumps for Fiora. Yoink.
Too easy.
Too easy, I agree. Now we have upgrade Fiora. We do have to be a little careful about both these. He has a very big unit here, and we don't have Hush or anything like that. We do have another Fiora, but he has Hush. So we gotta be a little bit careful. Again, if he taps under, then that's fine. Okay, he's not attacking. Great, I love it. So that tells me he does not have Hush, or he doesn't want to use his Hush to stop that. But, I mean, we have... he knows we have a Fiora's Repost, because he saw us draw a Fiora. So we'll use one of those. Because he knows we have one, right? So that's like the only known card in our hand to him is a Fiora's Repost. Wow. Okay. Now we do have some options. If you go... Okay, so Earth Elemental... Fine. We're at full health, so I could even take a hit from one of these without an issue. How much mana of landmarks did he summon? Well, this was 4, so he does have enough for a Malphite. So if he Malphites, we can actually just Soothsayer for the Spell Shield. It's pretty good. We also have Rite of Negation, but Rite of Negation is a little pricier than just playing Soothsayer. So he has a Malphite, and now he has 4 mana remaining. I have a Soothsayer. The vulnerableness really doesn't matter. What, you're going to hit it with a 6/5 and do 2 damage? Cool. More important thing is the Spell Shield, so if he goes for a big stun, Fiora isn't stunned, and Fiora is at 3 out of 4. And he's respecting that, which I think is a very smart play. You gotta respect the Fiora. We should have enough tools to counter like anything he's gonna do. We'll take the thing that is easiest for us to kill. We can go for like, I don't know, a Scrying Sand Sharp Sight. That put us at 4 health and him at 4 attack. Alright, we cannot go for a Scrying Sand Sharp Sight. Little clunky. I wish we had we can repost. He can't stun us. He can hush. He gets the double hush. Seems like we should be pretty safe with this. Nice. And there we go. That is how you beat this deck with Fiora. Okay, so we are not against IRELIA deck. We're actually against Zoe deck. So Zoe is a little difficult as they do have access to Hush, which is always annoying. We'll full mulligan to try and get Fiora. Got her. Sweet. Good thing about playing against this deck is that it has Zoe, which is a very weak card. We just won't play anything until we play Fiora. So he's going to start with a Priestess. So I'm not going to play Fiora here, because if he has Thermo Beam, he kills Fiora. I don't have anything to stop that. We need other cards to help us to not have Fiora die. So let's Ancient Prep, try to, like, preferably... So Sharp Sight is actually going to be a really important card to help preserve Fiora against some of the bigger removal. So now I feel comfortable playing Fiora, as I have for post, and I have Sharp Sight for backup. And then we also have a Rite of Calling in our hand too. So we can, if this Fiora does die, we can Rite of Calling our Ancient Prep. Okay, so he is going to go for the kill on Fiora. It is a 3 mana spell, so we could Sharp Sight. That leaves me at 1 health. I'm going to riposte though. So he needs a secondary removal spell. He has Hush. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, Hush is a really big factor in this deck. Not the worst thing. Like I said, we do have Rite of Calling into our Ancient Preparations. So the fact that one Fiora died, we do have more Fioras. And another Riposte. Decent amount of draw. As soon as he taps under mana, we can Rite of Calling. We need him to tap under potential kill mana for a unit. Like that. Our health doesn't matter as much. This deck can't put on a lot of pressure. So I'm not super worried about that. We're actually going to Ancient Prep first to use this as a blocker for the 1-2. Stop that if he wants. So we have Standalone, which is going to be really nice because we are going to use Rite of Calling to kill this guy. So we kill this ally, and so we have Standalone, which we're going to draw next turn. The only thing you could have to stop this is a Mystic Shot, and we have Sharp Sight. Drawing Fiora is way more important than keeping the Sharp Sight, so yeah. Sweet. I don't want to play Fiora here, just in case he does have that Mystic Shot he didn't want to use. But now we have the Fiora, and we have Standalone. So we have 9 mana, and this is 7 mana. So I do not mind doing this. So he did have the Mystic Shot. So we did plan accordingly for the Mystic Shot play that he was saving just to deal with Fiora. Would have been smarter just to take out, I think, the unit first, but... Okay, so he is burning a lot of removal. What card do you discard? I can't see it because it's on the stack. So we're going down to 5. And we are going to pass here because this 1-2 could actually kill us if he has something like a Pale Cascade. And I'm not going to risk that. Okay, we have a Concerted Strike. That's good. We can block this and use Quicksand. So this even goes beyond his if he had a Pale Cascade. So we have 1 point for Fiora. We're going to pass. We always want to leave mana open for some kind of trick to protect Fiora. Very, very important. Fiora deck, it's such a thinky deck. You always need to be prepared. It's such like a I need to be prepared for the worst case scenario kind of thing. This is the first card you played this round, right? This is his Daybreak card. Ooh. So I believe if I repost this, it doesn't work, right? I don't think that, because I think it silences first, yeah. Yeah, Fiora's still dead. Alright, GG. And that's an example of even if you do play around a lot of potential counters, right? Like some decks, I don't know why they're running that card, but some decks do just run counters. Alright, everyone, so that will do it for today's video on Fiora, the Azir Irelia killer. Hope you guys enjoyed, and hope you take a deck with you to quell some of the frustration from playing against Irelia. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Peace!